We are not prepared.
We are prepared. God damn it. Fuck.
I feel like I'm taking a test. What are we talking about?
Okay, women, dating, pursuing, debunking. Do you feel like that was debunked?
No.
Thank you for coming to the Hot Gay and Sad podcast. My name's Emily.
My name is Nani.
And this is a very sad podcast episode. We're wearing black as a death to our gay rights, our human rights, our rights as people with vagina, our rights as brown people.
As women.
And yeah, we're sad. And we really, we had a topic. We have a topic today, but if energy levels are low, we both have UTIs, so that might also be it.
FYI.
We're in sync. Also, rip to TikTok.
I mean, for those who didn't uninstall, you might still have TikTok. If you uninstalled like we both did, you no longer have TikTok.
We were so excited to start our new life.
I still am. After that whole little stunt, I still am excited.
Yeah, the little propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ridiculous. So sad. The downfall of TikTok, to be honest.
Unfortunate.
Okay, so today we are debunking fears about dating women. So I'm really excited for today's episode because, again, I am a toxic lesbian. So I am what people are probably scared about.
And I am scared to be forward.
What would you say is like your biggest fear?
So I think I'm used to being pursued and not being the pursuer. And it's so much different for women. So it's going to be an adjustment for me to be more ballsy and be more confident in myself and be more forward into, oh, I like you in like more than a friend way. Because I'm used to being pursued, I probably have no game. So that doesn't help.
I definitely don't have any game, so I've only ever been pursued, but apparently I give sex eyes. So if you got the eyes down, I feel like
I hear that it's
good.
all about eye contact, but also I have no gay friends here to go to gay places. My gay friend is you, and my other gay friends that I do have here are all in committed relationships. So I have nobody to take me out.
That's why you have to come over here for Pride.
I don't know
Please
if I can.
Come over.
We'll see.
Please come over here for. It is okay. If you live in the Colorado area, why is Pride so fun? Like, and I'm saying that as like born and raised New Yorker. Pride in Denver is like so nice because it's not as packed. Like New York, I'm overwhelmed. I'm autistic. I can't, like, don't touch me. It's stinky. It's hot. Like, no. Here is just like, at night, I don't go out. But during the day, it's so fun. Yeah, sorry. We're talking about something. Nani is scared about not being pursued or having to be the pursuer. Can I like rephrase? Because I don't think that what you're scared is that like you'll have to be the pursuer. I think it's just like, you know, that there needs to be an equal level of pursuing. Someone won't like initiate things if they're scared that they're crossing a boundary or something.
And I think that a lot of times it's just getting the conversation started and seeing where it's at. I have been swiping, nothing. Zilch.
No.
But but we will see.
With men, I was able to get dates like that same night.
Oh, I get likes from men every single day. The moment you start talking to a guy, if they're interested in you, they're complimenting you, they're reaching out, they're trying to set up a date super fast. I don't feel like it moves at that same pace with the women I have talked to. And eventually either they just stop replying or the conversation dies, and the most I've gone out of it is like a date, and then I just feel like it feels more like a friendship than flirtatious at all.
My thing, do you appreciate when like right off the bat, let's make plans?
Or
do you prefer to talk to someone first?
I like the talking to someone at least for like a day or two to see if like the conversation's good, if there's any banter, and then going from there. Now, I personally don't want to spend 2 weeks talking to somebody via
Yeah.
chat because at that point when we meet, honestly, like what am I going to talk to
Yeah.
you about? So I would prefer if it was a little more forward sometimes, and maybe I'm the one that has to take that initial step
Yeah.
and make the flirty comment. But then I'm like, oh my God, is it inappropriate? Is it appropriate? I don't know.
You don't have to be that forward. Like, you can just say, like, can I like buy you coffee, and sense that out. Now that you've been dating, take what you're learning from dating men and try to apply them to dating women and non-binary people, because it's kind of the same, to be
Yeah.
honest. The game part, that I can't help you with.
Please, people, if you have any advice, let me know. As a baby bi who's trying to go out there and be bold and brave, send me all your support, please.
Game, I think it just has to be something that you're born with. I look at Billie Eilish in the Guest music video.
It's the crazy eye contact. Like she got siren eyes. It's the crazy eye contact.
I'm literally crying thinking about it, because it's like the hottest thing in the fucking world. Also, she's a Sagittarius. Ugh.
We'd be in
It's
deep
the
shit.
hottest thing in the world, and that is not something that I think that you are like taught. Like, you're just born with that kind of like riz. So another fear I had before dating women was that I wouldn't know how to eat.
Ooh, you see, why do I not feel so nervous about that? For some reason, I think it's because, in all honesty, I enjoy pleasuring my partner. So I feel like, yeah, I'll be nervous, but I feel like if there's open communication
Yeah.
and you can talk me through it, like I'll get the hang of it eventually. Like I feel like we'll mean business, you know?
We'll be in business.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And again, that's one thing that for me is like, I needed to set the expectations. So I think for the first like 3 like non-cis men that I dated, I was like, I've only done this amount of times. I don't know how to do this that well. And hey, no complaints. They were always like, whoa. And I'm like, whoa. But for me, it helped of like setting the intentions. And again, I like the idea of like talking through it. Like, tell me what you like. Like,
Yeah, everybody's different, right? Everybody
yeah.
works different, everybody prefers
Yes.
different things, so you can't expect the same thing to work for everybody.
Yeah. So expect the first time to be a little awkward, except if you're me
Oh.
and my girlfriend, because that time was crazy.
Well, good for you. I'm sure it will be. I remember my first time giving head. It was awkward as hell, but you know, we made it.
Yeah, mine with also like giving head to a non-cis man. I've never said this out loud, I think, but I bit them, and I stopped. I was 15.
Well,
I put on my clothes. I just left. I was like, I gotta go. I was like, can you walk me to the train, please?
I did not bite, but the first time they tried a condom on, I decided it would be a great idea to grab the little head and pull it and then let it go so it snapped on his dick.
We were
That
so
was
curious.
so bad.
We're like, what would happen
Like
if we do
the
this?
intrusive thought really took over.
Literally. I think that's what happened. I was like, like,
Sorry.
it was so bad. R.I.P. It's fine.
Don't be scared of us. We promise we've changed.
I'll bite if you want me to.
Yes. I think that something I would be very scared of is, like, let's be honest, just like what I've heard so far from the crowd is that when it goes down, it's going to be 100 times worse than anything else you've experienced. And I don't know if I am ready
And
for that type of emotional toll. Because if you knew my life, last year was very testing. And I don't know if I could do something worse than that.
okay, and if you haven't caught on, what she's referring to is that a heartbreak of a WLW. And I will say, I don't know if it would be any different for you than getting out of a 10-year relationship. I think for me it hit so hard because again, I had never loved in that way. And I had never like been with a woman, and I didn't know that I was a lesbian. And so when I was finally went through like all the emotions that I was like searching for basically my entire life, and I had lost it, especially from someone that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. It was like debilitating, like truly debilitating. But I feel like you already went through something similar.
Yes. I also feel like a part of me is still very closed off and very pessimistic. So we will see because the walls are definitely up. I've been the type of person who normally doesn't have walls up, but I could tell you for sure that they're up.
Honestly, I feel like we could get really good input maybe from a bisexual here, because for me it was different because I had never felt that way. So any bisexuals, have you ever felt heartbreak for a man the same way that you have felt it for a woman? Or would you agree that a WLW, regardless of your sexual orientation, is just awful and debilitating? And
Please let us know. We're looking for data.
we're looking for data, please. Thank you so much. I can't debunk that because it has been awful for me. But with each and every one, I do kind of, actually no, I'm traumatized 10 times harder each time. Never mind. It doesn't get better.
Woo. You see, how am I supposed to be
builds
excited?
character. Okay.
I have enough character I've built in these
will
last 30 years. I'm good with character.
Yes. I will say it doesn't feel like I did with maybe men, where it feels like I'll never love again. I feel like every time that I've ended it or that we've ended it, it's been more of a, I'm so like this is ending and I'm so excited for the possibilities. Like I know now that I can love this hard. I know now like that I can genuinely care for someone, and I learn each time of like, okay, my boundaries. So I do leave each experience being a better person.
Yeah, you know what I always say. I would kill for a relationship where somebody loves as hard as I love. So, hell yeah.
Yeah, but be careful what you wish for, because you can find out that maybe the way that you love is a little crazy, and then you get that and you're like, this is a lot.
Count one, guilty.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, and I say that not just to say that, but when you're in a relationship with someone who's not giving anything, or maybe just like not a really healthy relationship, in that relationship you feel like you are sane, and then you go and date someone that is a little bit healthier than you, and then you start to feel like you're the one that's crazy. And that's what's happened to me in my relationship now, where it's like they are a little bit more maybe healthy in the way that they approach things, and better at like setting their boundaries and communicating them. And I have felt crazy sometimes because the way I say is like I'm preparing for war.
Yeah, and you're just like waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Fourth, fears about dating women, that they're in love with their ex. I can't debunk that.
That one, that really scares me, right? Because like supposedly if they're lesbian, like they're friends with all their exes, and it's a very tight group in the community. I just feel like as a new person starting in, that's gonna be crazy.
And I will say that I feel like it will be crazy, yes, but maybe too it could be an advantage for you, because you won't be running into like your exes and stuff like that, but you may be running into their exes. And Nani's very jealous. We're working on it.
I am. I know I need to do better.
It's more of an intuition thing though. Like I don't feel like you're jealous when,
I mean, every time I've called it, it's been on the nose, as they say. I just feel like you could always sense the vibes. I mean, I'm the type of person who's very observant. So like a little glance, a little brush of the hands, a little wink from afar that you thought I didn't see, I saw that shit.
Yeah.
I sound crazy, I know I do. But I'm saying the math be mathin'.
Yeah. I will say I feel like more and more like lesbians are talking about why they're friends with their ex. I think because of some of the touch points that you said of the community's so small. And if I loved you, I will always love you and I will always care for you and I want to be there for you. And in these relationships, I am building a friendship simultaneously. So it doesn't feel right to just like cut you out of my life when we've shared so much time together. But there has to be boundaries in place. And you'll be able to.
I feel like I tried that and that didn't work, right? So we'll see.
Yeah.
And then at some point with my other exes, like we tried to be friends a year or two after we had broken up. And it kind of works here and there, but eventually it just kind of drops. So personally, I don't think for me it's something that I could probably do from the get-go like that. Especially if there are real feelings. Like if there are real feelings of like love, then that's going to be really hard for me to watch you move on or watch you tell me about people that you're dating or seeing. And then that's where I don't know if I'd be able to.
Well,
do
that's
that.
one of those instances where like you have to be really clear about what your boundaries are and know. And I find that it gets complicated being friends with an ex because we're not clear on what the boundaries are, or we're too scared to communicate them, or one person is expecting things to change later on. I don't recommend that. I would say cool to be friends with your ex if you're setting clear boundaries.
Solid about where you are at.
And maybe also if your partner's comfortable with it. But also, I don't want to say that because
I feel like to a certain extent.
yes,
though.
like one thing. Okay, so like let's say I've been friends with my ex for a year and then I start dating someone new and I communicate that to them and then they're like, "Oh, that's really weird." I think that's an instance where I would say maybe your friendship is a little bit more valuable. But if you're already in a relationship and this person is like your ex is trying to come back into your life and be friends with you, I would say maybe that's a conversation for you to have with your partner.
Yeah, especially if it feels like they're trying to wedge back in.
Yeah.
Count one. Guilty.
That was a long pause.
Fear number 6. I can't debunk any of these, to be honest. These are all very real. Circumstantial, there's nuance. Fear of being judged by family.
I think my sister has already gone through this in my family. So, like, my dad is aware. My mom, I think, has an inkling, but I haven't, like, physically verbalized
Well, your mom thought
it.
we were dating.
She did. She never brought it up to me, but she said it to my sister. My sister passed the intel, which was kind of hilarious
scissored.
because I was like,
You weren't even by
no,
at that
strictly
time.
friends. I wasn't by yet. That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Or out.
But I had already been playing with the notion of it at that point in time. And I think it's the fact, like I mentioned again, is like when Emily sometimes is in like public situations and stuff like that, she can be very introverted. And I kind of take the
Yeah.
lead in like helping her order or kind of just like talking for her. And it seems like I'm running this shit. It literally made my mom believe that we were in a relationship, especially because at that point in time, me and Emily were roommates. And, you know, they were roommates, but they really were just roommates.
No. I'm just shy. I just got social anxiety.
Yeah. That's what I said. You're very introverted sometimes when it comes to like social situations.
Oh, there was another one. And then harassed by men in public. I do not like being affectionate when there's men around. Because
because they could be
Yes.
creeps about it.
like,
Got
I feel like I was so much more affectionate when I was dating men in public, where it's like, if I am in a space
Yeah.
where there's a lot of men, especially if there's alcohol involved, I am not being that affectionate.
Yeah, that's when they'll find the window and the moment to just interject and
And not
pop
even,
in.
but like just fetishizing, and it's gross and it's
Yeah.
disgusting. And yeah, I just don't. I feel like all of
I
these.
think that's fair. A lot of gay people and gay couples have like these walls up when it comes to the general public, and for good reason,
Yeah.
right? So that's
Yeah,
understandable.
that's. Sorry, we didn't debunk any fear. Basically, you should be scared
Basically, I'm still scared,
for valid reason.
but we're trying. We're trying, and I feel like once I have one or two under my
You'll be
belt,
chilling.
we'll be okay.
Absolutely. Am I the asshole for dressing too straight and making my girlfriend uncomfortable? When we got home, she made me, quote, prove that I like girls.
Wait, how?
I'm 21, female, and lesbian. My girlfriend is 36. My mom had me young at 16, so she's 37.
Oh my God.
When her soup comes, she tells my mom her wallet costs more than what she's made in a month, so be careful.
Oh, so she's a bitch.
Last time I checked, you were 21, not 12. Adults speak when they have something on their minds, and tells me to out with it. Thank you for listening and or watching the Hot, Gay, and Sad sometimes podcast. And yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.